How are you finding new ways to stay connected to government in the work that you do?
I have stayed connected to government through my volunteer activities, for starters. I identified what I really wanted to be involved with at the government level, and I try to insert myself where I can. I try to volunteer, and I try to also help conceive of some mechanisms that we can put in place that can help achieve those issues. So, for instance, mine are typically economic development. So how can we create jobs, train for jobs, and help move new jobs and help support innovative young ideas that will become small businesses and jobs at the local level. So I work on issues related to that all the time. I try to insert myself with our city and try to get involved where I can. But I also clearly have this interest both professionally but personally about travel and tourism. And so where I can, I'm actually trying to insert myself here at a local level in my own town when we're talking about anything that's travel and tourism related. And that could be anything from the concept and the planning and the discussion of a new urban rail system, because that's very important to tourists who come to town. When travelers come to town, they need to be able to get around. So I'm really championing all alternative forms of transportation as a needed variety of tools in our toolkit to be able to help us. Now, of course, locals will also use it, but if we can find a way to create an atmosphere where it's easier for travelers and tourists to get around Austin, then they're doing what I did in Nashville and other cities when I've traveled. They're hopping on a bike share bike, they're using the car share programs, the Car2Go and the different programs where you can rent a car as part of a program. And they're using rail and your local transit system to be able to get around, and they're going to spend more money. So I get involved that way as well. But of course, I don't want to be involved just with our local government. I try to do this in areas where I can also show this to other cities as well. So when I can, when I'm around other mayors and other local elected officials, or if I'm at conferences where local elected officials gather, I really do try to show what are the best practices that Austin has achieved. What are the examples that we can show other cities, and they're plentiful. But I also try to have those conversations with them about what have they dealt with that we can learn from as well, and that's how I stay involved.